Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Lord, how we gonna fix it?
You messed me up the job, Nana.
How we gonna fix it?
You messed me up the job, Banana.
Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Listen, if I'm gonna be having a show, I'm gonna have a professional production assistant. You got to be on time. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah. So, did you get everything plugged up?
Yes.
All right. Thank you.
Got your computer plugged up.
Yeah.
Your microphone plugged up, and both of those lights plugged up.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Here you go.
Oh, thank you. What a beautiful production assistant. He got that all together. Y'all, I'm going to be honest with you. See, look, they already tipped you. Look.
They did?
Uh-huh, they gave you $5. Say thank you, DZ.
Thank you, DZ.
There's so much going on in these HBCU streets. Oh, my goodness. I'm over here trying to get ready for early signing day, and they over here pulling the trigger on all the coaches. Why are y'all pulling the trigger on early signing day? Y'all knew y'all didn't want them coaches. Y'all should have pulled the trigger 2 weeks ago. I hope that you're paying him. Let that boy get a raise. You know what? We are taking Braxton. They said you need a raise.
I need a raise of what?
You need a raise for how much you get paid. They said that I'm not paying you enough. Do you agree with that? What do you think about that?
Well, $5?
You want more than that?
For now I can get $10, and that's enough for right now. But if y'all want to tip me later, y'all can.
Oh,
if y'all want.
If who want? Who is y'all? Not him saying y'all can tip him. That's my boy. That's my boy. All right, y'all.
And my mommy for her podcast.
It is the 2025 Early Signing Day Special, Part 1. Don't try to teach him. Listen, we are going to look at these young men who are Jackson State commits. Some of them had early signing day today at high school. And we're going to look at some of their film. And we're going to introduce you to them. You know what? You might be already following them, but for this particular podcast, I wanted to bring something to the table. I'm not going to lie to you. I have not been in the loop this particular round in terms of the early signing day. I have not been in the loop. And I think this is, if I remember correctly or have heard correctly, this is probably going to be one of the last times that they do an early signing day, or they're going to do away with that. So I don't need that, baby. I don't need it. I have my other microphone. Thank you. So I'm excited to go over these young men. We're going to talk a little bit about what school they go to. These are all actually going to be freshmen. All of them. Because usually what happens is the transfer portal kids that are, they might transfer or whatever after December, they'll be here. But early signing day mainly focuses on the younger guys. And I want everybody to pay close attention to how Coach T.C. Taylor and his coaching staff, how they are building a powerhouse at Jackson State. And what do I mean by that? There's a lot of people that say that blueprints were sent over on how to build a powerhouse. And I feel like our program is being built differently than that particular blueprint. And what I mean by that is Coach TC and his staff, they have a formula for how they want to develop this team. And so far, 10-2 with the possibility to go 12-2 in the second year has all of HBCU in an uproar. And so I feel like his blueprint on what he's doing, which is plug and play for the transfer portal, Mississippi recruits, and then like top 5% or top 1% of JUCO recruits, and then kids that come from powerhouse football programs as freshmen. He's bringing those type of players in. And I'm excited to introduce these young men to you. We're going to look a little bit at their film. I only have a small number of the young men that are going to be at Jackson State. Nonetheless, I feel like you will definitely enjoy seeing these men and learning about what football programs they come from, what kind of background do they come from, and their stats, and then just getting a chance to look at what they're going to bring to the table. And you'll be able to say, well, wow, I was wondering how this particular player was going to get replaced, or this particular player, how were we going to be able to replace that player? And you're going to see that the talent is just coming in droves. And it's also going to be exciting because even though this is early signing day and we're going over some of the recruits that have been basically committed to Jackson State for quite some time, there's more to come. Yeah, he's cooking. He's not microwaving. This isn't as I said in an earlier live a couple weeks ago, we're not doing MREs over here. This is a program that is built to be sustainable, and it's built to basically dominate for quite some time in the SWAC. And while other programs are just trying to catch up. So let me see if I'm able to. There we go. There we go. I want you guys to be looking. All right. My thing is a little bit too big up there at the top. So this is Wayne Patterson is going to be the first young man that we are looking at today. He is from Newton High School in Covington, Georgia. I will tell you that Georgia has become a recruiting hotbed for Jackson State University. We've had some great talent coming out of there. Bam Williams is from Georgia. Travis Terrell is from Georgia. We have a couple more players that are from the state of Georgia. This recruiting class for the early signing day, we're going to see a lot of Georgia heavy talent. And I love it. So I'm going to, and you know what I'm also going to do? Just because sometimes if you're driving, I know during the day, a lot of times people aren't able to necessarily watch in full. I'm going to actually drop Mr. Patterson's huddle so that you can go back yourself and go look at some of his film. Newton High School. My son is over here with the GoPro. Lord have mercy. All right, let's look at Newton Rams football. So they're from Newton Rams is their name. All right, so we'll talk a little bit about their streak this year. So they are 7-5 overall. They're second in 6A Region 4, so they were 5-1 in the region. They are in the 2000. They did play in the 2024 Georgia High School football playoffs bracket. They did end up losing to North Gwinnett. But just to get a glimpse at what type of talent Newton played this year, I'm going to pull that up for you guys. I know that a lot of football fanatics, especially in the high school world, or if you're in the state of Georgia, then you'll be familiar, with some of these programs. All right. So they played East Side. They played Alcovey, Douglas County, East St. Louis, Archer, Heritage, Rockdale County. They played South Gwinnett and won. They played Grovetown. They played Grayson, McEachern, and then, of course, the North Gwinnett was for the playoffs. But Covington, Georgia is basically where Mr. Patterson is from. And let me pull up his huddle for you guys. He plays defensive end and defensive tackle, 6'3", 270 pounds. As you know, our defensive line is something that has been a terror for everybody that comes across Jackson State. That front seven is something to behold. And bringing in this young man who has already been in a program. Yeah. Mr. Ford knows every high school in Georgia. You're right. Yes. Where were you? Where were you? Shout out to Aaron Sanders, everybody. I want to thank him so much for assisting me. Braxton, what are you doing, baby? Lord, he's trying. All right, we're going to look at some of Wayne Patterson's film. Once it loads. I'm excited, right? And then you got Callie James, our defensive line coach. This is a sight to behold. Let me see if you guys can see that. Okay. There he is, coming straight up the middle. That's him on the edge. Ooh. Oh yeah. I'll drop that link as well. I don't know if Tyus Martin coming back for another year? What? What are you talking about? Well, hopefully he stays for one more year. I need to be sipping lemonade. That's number 95. As you can see, coming up off that edge, TC will just plug in place. Right. So that's the thing about the blueprint, which is plug and replace, and then getting this young talent in as well. Once again, this is Wayne Patterson, defensive tackle / defensive end. I don't know. I'm not leaving a program. I mean, I don't know. Miss Matt, can you drop the link for the voting? Well, they're getting ready since they have the reduction where you can only have 105 players on your roster. I feel like they're definitely going to be reducing the ability to just place a whole bunch of talent on the bench. If Jackson State opts into the 105, we might beat USM next year. That's how good Jackson State is. I have a feeling we could beat USM. And I'm going to tell you why. We're actually, when you look at the players, some of the players that we were able to recruit, some of them are players that would normally go to a USM or a ULM. This is a tackle for loss right here. So once again, Wayne Patterson, Newton High School. So we are excited about that, right? Because our defensive line it's only up from here, right? Not sure if Philip Webb has another year or True Thompson, but Callie James is a phenomenal coach. Our defensive coordinator, our linebacker coach, Chris Ort, like our defense has been phenomenal this year. And so the ability to re-up and continue, it's good. All right. Now, Langston Hughes is another Georgia school. And I want to say we have 3 recruits from Langston Hughes High School. So we have Keith Bass Jr., Keith Bass Jr., and he is a linebacker. JJ Jones is a wide receiver, and Jamal Gowans is the center. Let me tell you a little bit about Langston Hughes High School. They're the Panthers. Braxton, please sit still. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about Langston Hughes High School. I think the number one thing is they were 2022 state champions. They were region champs this year, 2024 region champs, 2022 region champs, 2021 region champs, and they were state champions in 2022. So this particular football team has been dominating in Georgia. Langston Hughes High School is Fairburn, Georgia, and they are a Georgia 5A playoff team. They played last Saturday versus Thomas County Central, and they won. So right now they're basically in the playoffs. Let me go ahead and pull that up so that you guys can see what type of pedigree these young men are coming from. Langston Hughes football schedule. Langston Hughes, they are currently 12-1 with a .923 win percentage. They are undefeated in 5A Region 3. So they're 7-0 currently in first. They're undefeated at home, 9-0. Away, they are 3-1. And they are currently in the 2024 Georgia High School football playoff bracket, Class 5A. Their next scheduled game is this Friday at 7 p.m. Langston Hughes, 12-1, will be playing Coffee, who's currently 11-2. If we go over their bracket, they played Westlake and they won 52-21. Mays, they won 52-16. They did lose to Douglas County 21-14 in a close game. They played Banneker and won 53-6. Dutchtown 57-14. McIntosh, they won 49-0. Noonan, they won 48-7. Northgate 46-0. Morrow 66-0. Lovejoy, they won 42-6. Dunwoody, they won 58-35. Roswell, they won 31-21. And Thomas County Central, they won 28-12. So they are actually currently in playoffs still. They're still alive right now. Thank you, Miss Kim. So when we talk about Coach TC's blueprint, what we are seeing is that Coach TC and his staff is targeting. I remember there was a lot of people who were saying, "Oh, freshmen are not going to be able to get recruited like they were now that the transfer portal is the way it is," right? So what I'm seeing from Coach TC is he has a plug and play method where he will get graduate transfers. He will get, he has a hotbed in all of the Mississippi community colleges. There are some coaches that if you look back in all of the coaches that are on the staff, if you look at some of these coaches, they have relationships with coaches at the Coahoma College, at Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College. What's another one? Hines Community College. So there are coaches on staff that they have already had built relationships with, worked with, or, you know, some of them might have been Jackson State alum or HBCU alums. So they have tapped into that JUCO pipeline, Holmes Community College. They have gotten into the pipeline that is Mississippi JUCOs. And they're not just taking anybody, they're taking the top of the line recruits that normally, once I said again that we are competing against ULM, Southern Miss, Louisiana Tech. We are recruiting against some of those types of FBS programs. And then he is also focusing on recruiting some of these high school recruits that are coming out of blue blood football programs. And what do I mean by blue blood? It means they have a pedigree of winning. They already have discipline built into their programs. They already have their kids built up to play a certain type of way. These kids are coming from championship programs, and by them coming from championship programs where they know what winning looks like and they know what it takes, they're going to be easier to develop, and they're also going to be able to have impacts day one, or they're going to be able to add something. And we saw that with Travis Terrell, who came in and had an instant impact. We're able to see that type of translation. So once again, Langston Hughes football schedule. They are currently undefeated in first in 5A Region 3. They're in the finals right now. They were 2024 region champs, 2022 region champs, 2021 region champs, and they actually won the state championship in 2022. So I have on here, I have 2 of the 3 recruits. The one that I'm missing is Jay Jones, the wide receiver. But as of right now, I have Jamal Gowans and Keith Bass Jr. They all signed today. A little bit about some of these young men. Some of these young men actually have been committed for quite some time, which that also speaks volumes, right? Because they were committed early to the program. They believed in the program. They're coming to play for TC. And like Wayne Patterson, he was committed in June before the season even started. He was already committed to Jackson State. Some of these kids had announced way earlier, but now that we're at early signing day, we're just revisiting because they actually signed today. Hattiesburg High is 13-0 and playing in state this weekend. Their defensive line coach is a JSU footballer. That's weird because he was winning when I was on there. He was winning. All right, I'm gonna take a slight break to go ahead and pull up this Light on College Sports poll, and I'm going to encourage everyone to go vote for Irv Mulligan. I'm going to post it in the chat, and you can vote on your computer and you can vote on your phone. And there it is right there. Travis Terrell also has two brothers at Creekside. One is a defensive end, one is linebacker that's coming out, I think, next year. His number is 33. Wait till you guys hear or see this story of brothers and the brother pipeline that we got going on. All right. So Keith Bass Jr. is Langston Hughes High School. As I said, that's a championship program. He's a linebacker. He's 6'1", 215 pounds. And let's go ahead and look at Mr. Bass's film. Has a 3.5 GPA. I'm going to also go ahead and drop his huddle in the chat because I know that a lot of people, either you might just listen but not able to necessarily look at the film. And while that is loading, it's on the ads right now. I'm excited, y'all. I am excited. And Granny Ann did say that she was able to go ahead and vote for Irv. So just click the link and hit Irv. If you are on your computer, do it on your computer and then do it on your phone. You want to make sure to support the SWAC Offensive Player of the Year. Lord, they want you to watch these ads on these huddles. I was getting ready to tell a joke about a huddle, but I'm going to leave that one. I'm going to leave that one alone, y'all. I'm going to leave that one alone. All right, here we go. Ooh, dang. Ooh, ooh. He made that ball pop right on out. Ooh, dang. He just knocked the helmet off of that young man. Ooh, wee. Mind you, this is the championship team right here. Langston Hughes Panthers. Pass breakup. Our linebackers have grown tremendously with depth and talent, something that we were missing last year. So to be able to find some talent to basically re-up and reload is great. I think something that we tremendously improved on was our tackling. Shock of the century coming soon. Keep watching. When you say shock of the century, do you mean like coming today, coming tomorrow? When are they talking about it coming? Oh, took him right on out of bounds. So basically, he's able to read the quarterback and see where he needs to go. These are freshmen. They already got their tackling down. This is a championship team. Championship pedigree, have went to have been region champs twice in the past 3 years. Our decision will be made once our fans show up, win, and show out. I don't know what that means. Does he mean you talking in code? Don't nobody know what that means. Does that mean after the game? Huh. He's a solid linebacker. Okay, at the SWAC Championship. Okay. Quarterback hurry. All right. What's because that's what we need is some strong linebackers. Definitely need strong linebackers. Mm, 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 mm. Get you some strong linebackers. Why is it important to have linebackers? Well, our current defensive coordinator, he loves blitzing, right? What do we know about blitzing? One thing that we know about blitzing is your linebackers have to be able to pick it up, right? You got two defensive edges trying to go around. You got your defensive tackles, and they're pursuing the quarterback. Linebackers have to be able to tackle or get in that gap in case a running back comes through there. Message. Okay, you said you want me to replay it again? You want me to replay it again? Let me see. It says that he's a middle linebacker, but it also says that he's a running back. 100-meter dash, he runs an 11.6. He can squat 425 pounds. The 40-yard dash, he runs a 4.6. A 4.6. So there's that. Somebody wanted to watch it again. I'm also going to, once again, copy and paste. Copy and paste, y'all. Tyreek Hill's from Coffee High School. Oh, really? Wow. A year under Coach Beef and he'll be dangerous. Some wide receivers, all wore cornerback replacements. All these subs in the chat. I don't know what they talking about. They over here subbing in the chat. Keeping it a secret. Y'all let me in on it. I want to know. Let me in on the secret. Let's see. We got us some linebackers. They said we getting some cornerbacks too and some wide receivers. We getting some wide receivers. What are they going to be? Coach TC type of wide receivers? Blue, we done read up. We done got us a linebacker from Langston Hughes. And if Mr. Ford was on here, he'd be like, oh, yeah, I know all about Langston Hughes. And he would tell us all about it. Oh, my goodness. This young man said he knows how to read. He knows how to read the quarterback. Read and pursue. He knows what's up. He knows how to read the plays. Braxton. All right. So, what I see from breaking down this film is he's very aggressive. He doesn't give up easily. He's great at tackling. Once again, this is Langston Hughes. They are already 12-1 for the season. So, I'm excited about that. Okay, here is our second player from Langston Hughes. His name is Jamal Gowans. And it is interesting and important to talk about Mr. Jamal Gowans because, as you know, two of all SWAC, well, I want to say Evan Henry was preseason all SWAC, but two of the most important key pieces on that offensive line are Evan Henry and Kirk Ford. These were prime recruits that decided to stay and finish out their college career. And they have been integral pieces for our offensive line. We have reloaded and rebuilt our offensive line. We have some young offensive linemen. They are very, very young, but they have been able to plug and play. There was a couple of games where Evan Henry was not there. There was another instance where one of our offensive linemen was hurt for a couple of games, and our offensive line was able to step up and not have any type of drop off. It's very important for Jackson State to have a strong offensive line, but let's just keep it a buck. Our offensive line coach has played a key piece in developing our offensive lineman, and that is none other than Manny Ramirez. Manny Ramirez was, of course, at Texas Southern. Texas Southern was the number one in rushing for a couple of years in a row. The young man is, I'm drawing a blank for last year. Anybody in the chat know the running back's name that ran for 1,000 yards last year for Texas Southern? I drew a blank. But basically, Manny Ramirez left Texas Southern after the exit of Coach McKinney, came to Jackson State, and immediately we had Irv Mulligan, who ran for 1,000 yards plus, and he missed 3 games. Yeah, Ladarius Owens, that was his name. Thank you. So Ladarius Owens was able to have 1,000 rushing yards. Irv Mulligan had over 1,000 rushing yards, and he missed 3 games. I feel like having a offensive lineman that is at a school that has a pedigree of winning, and the sheer numbers that they're putting up, they're scoring 40 to 50 points a game. Yes, it's high school, but this particular young man is developed. And we are going to take a look at his film as well. They're in the playoffs right as we speak right now, and he's listed as an inside offensive lineman, but he also has his position as center. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at his game. Just when we talk about young offensive linemen that have had an immediate impact, we had Quavion Davis last year, who played as a true freshman. We have Xavion Davis, which is his brother, and they all come from, that's the Louis luggage that we received last year. We got some Louis luggage. We have Ethan Terrell, 3-star quarterback out of Texas, Xavion Davis, and Quavion Davis. And they have a brother, which I'll be introducing to you all later on. He's not at Louisville, but he's still their brother. I'll be introducing him to you later on in the show. But once again, these are young men who are freshmen coming in, and they play for championship teams, so they'll be able to have an immediate impact. Oh, okay. I'm going to drop the link if Blue wants to come up. I would love for Blue to come up. All right, we're going to go ahead. And plus, Blue is an offensive lineman, former offensive lineman, so he can give us some tea. Number 60, Pancake. This is versus Dunwoody. Oh, wait. Let me stop share. Wait, what's my call it real quick? Yeah, I feel like we're straight at the quarterback position as well. You guys don't even know, like, the quarterback position is basically wrapped up for the foreseeable future. I don't really necessarily see anybody coming in, and I mean, Ethan Terrell is Jackson State blue blood in terms of his uncles and his grandfather playing for Jackson State. Jamal Gowans, highlights are a little short. He needs to put them all together. I guess he doesn't need to because he's. Here we go. This is better. No, I have not talked about Mr. Oak Grove from Hattiesburg, Mississippi, but I do have him on as one of the players that I'll talk about. Oh, yes, Devin Love. You're right, my goodness. Devin Love, Quavion Davis, Zay Davis, or Ziggy, Ethan Terrell. Four players from Louisville. Um, he's the center. Oh, yeah. Just carry him on out. Carry him on out. Mind you, we do have another center, but we do have two of our offensive linemen that are for sure leaving, which is Kirk Ford and Evan Henry. Yes, Mr. Sanders, I said Devin Love. I said Devin Love, Ziggy Davis, and Quavion Davis, and Ethan Terrell. All Louis luggage. I'm glad they put the arrow. Hmm. All right. Um, with Coach Manny Ramirez, bringing these talented offensive linemen in here. Okay. All right. Next up. So I was telling you about two brothers out of Louisville High School, which is in Texas. Did you guys know that Ziggy Davis and Quavion Davis have a brother? Yes, they have a brother. His name is Jamarian Davis. So we got all the brothers. Jamarian Davis is from Fort Pierce, Florida, though. He's a linebacker. He's 5'11" and 199 pounds. Let's go ahead and take a look at Jamarian Davis. All right. It's like there's a brother. He's a linebacker. So the thing about some of these recruits, like Jamarian Davis, actually has been committed to Jackson State since February. So that was one of those early recruits that we were able to get. Of course, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the pictures because he already did his He already did his commitment video a long time ago. So I'm going to post it so you guys can see. I mean, if Zoe wants to come up, if Blue wants to come up, I would welcome them to come up and give any type of commentary that they can add. These are coming out of Georgia. We have a strong pipeline to JSU. Absolutely, Mr. Taylor. Absolutely. It's great to see brothers sticking together, right? Let's see. So this is Fort Pierce Central. That was a little bit hard to hear, but basically he was thanking his mom and thanking his teammates. Y'all scared Blue off of here. Blue don't be coming up on folks lives like that. Don't be scaring Blue. Yes. So, and he's a linebacker. And I'm gonna pull up some of his film as well. We can watch his film. Don't be scaring them off of my live. Let them watch in peace. I love you too. That was not a rattler, Marvin. That was just a snake. So now that's 2 offensive linemen and a linebacker. Hi, how you doing?
I'm good. I didn't think I meant to do this. Real talk. Go Tigers.
She said, don't be putting me on the screen. Sorry, I didn't mean to put you out on blast. Hey, when you she said sorry about that. I didn't mean to put you on the screen.
JV, what do you mean, who is that? No one knows who is that. For real. These are Rattler vibes. In this JSU chat, zero SWAC. Unity with them.
Y'all, my son be reading the chat, so head on the swivel. Head on the swivel. All right. Yeah, keep your head on the swivel. Braxton be reading. So once again, when we talk about aggressiveness and pursuing the quarterback, that's something that you like to see. It looks like he's good off of the edge. It looks like he's good middle linebacker, might be playing at the mic. You know, versatile. Come straight up the middle. Ooh. Come off the edge.
This guy.
Yeah, you see him?
Number 2, what are you doing?
He's trying to get the ball. Just as long as you know you will never play football. You can play basketball though. You can play soccer.
Football. World Cup.
You're not gonna play football.
Can I play golf?
You want to play golf?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can play golf.
Let's play football. World Cup. World Cup. You better be getting the
Munyon.
See? Yo, Braxton. Yo, Uncle said. Yo.
Go play. Go play. Why are you throwing that up? Stop throwing that up.
What?
Oh, okay. Let me post the voting.
Yo. 2024. Right on the HBCU Offense of the Year. What are you reading?
Lord have mercy. All right, I posted the link in the chat for everybody to vote.
A minute.
For
Listen.
Okay. Give me a second and I'll answer all your questions. But for right now, I'm trying to get folks to
Yo, Demra.
No, we're not putting up the yo. We need you to go play, okay? You can put yo up later, okay?
Go.
Yeah, go, please.
Go.
Okay, I put the poll up for you to vote for Irv. So you could just select that. So once again, that is one of the brothers. And isn't it great to be able to have brothers, all 3 brothers together at Jackson State University? Kudos to Quay for being able to say, hey, come over here and play for his little brother, and Ethan Terrell being able to recruit not only 3 of his offensive linemen, Devin Love, Quavion Davis, and Xavion Davis, 3 offensive linemen, a quarterback. I didn't even know that young kids could do that. Are you even allowed to do that? I don't think you're allowed to do that. You got Braxton, and he gonna be doing that and they're gonna say, why is he doing that? All right. All right, Oak Grove. All right, Oak Grove. If you from the state of Mississippi and you know about Oak Grove, let me get a heart in the chat.
Half black linebacker.
No, he's a halfback. They have fullbacks and they have halfbacks. Okay, we know some folks know about Oak Grove. Some folks know about Oak Grove. So, Jaylen Moore. Dang, there's a lot of folks that know about Oak Grove. So Oak Grove is not no slouch in the state of Mississippi. And guess whose backyard we're in? We all up in their backyard. Just all up in it. Just all up in it. We are in the backyard of Hattiesburg, Mississippi. Like, dang, you all up in their backyard. All up in it. All up in USM's backyard. Um, he guess what? According to this scouting report, Southern Miss offered well, Jackson State offered him in July, and Southern Miss offered him in September. September 12th, he got an offer from Southern Miss. So like I said, we all in Southern Miss backyard. I'm sure they can't be too happy about that, right? Because no, what I'm saying is Oak Grove High School. I know it's in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. But what I'm saying is it's right, that's USM right there. Usually kids from Oak Grove, they either go to USM or they go out of state. But basically what I'm saying is we all up in your backyard taking your recruits. I wonder whose money he used to pay for those facilities. So they have like a pipeline there from Oak Grove to USM. But anyway, we were able to get Jaylen Moore from Oak Grove. I'm excited. He is a middle linebacker, outside linebacker. He weighs he's 6'1", 200 and so this thing says 220 pounds. I've got him at 225, you know, depending on where it's at. It can be up or down. He can bench 305 pounds, squat 565 pounds, clean 285 pounds. So it says he's a middle linebacker and an outside linebacker. And I'm getting ready to play his senior highlights.
Is that Hawaii song?
Excuse me?
Is that Hawaii song?
No. Don't you dare. I'm going to make you go to bed. All right.
Stuff.
Let me see. Let me put up his highlights. Not University of Stealing Money. Anyway, we're getting ready to look at Jaylen Moore's senior highlights. I live down here. Their facilities are top tier. I bet you they are. He's got great speed. Ooh. And great pursuit of the ball. That was like he's playing safety. Mm. Braxton, stop doing that. It's the screen doing it, baby. All right. That's Jaylen Moore, Oak Grove. What y'all think? He plays halfback and linebacker. 6'1", 225 pounds. And he is committed to the I Love. Oh, most of the Oak Grove kids go to SEC, so they don't study USM. I'm still trying to get him adjusted from Thanksgiving break. Well, you shouldn't have been calling him out. Why are you calling him out for? Tell him, yeah, you come up there. Let them live. Let them live in the comments. All right. Let's see. Let me see what my friend has for me. Now, I have another commit that we can go over. I think this one is pretty much a done deal, ain't it? I think this one's a done deal because this particular young man, I want to say he played for Coach Jabari Jones. So I'm pretty sure this is a done deal. And it has committed on there. So I will be pulling this one up. This one I did not necessarily have a chance to put him on like a Canva edit, but I can still put it up there. And I will. All the folks in the chat that are not from VI Love, and y'all are still waiting on your commits to come out. Is this how y'all looking? Did y'all have a good early signing day? What y'all signing day was looking like? I ain't heard nothing. I'm gonna be honest with you. I haven't seen too much on the airwaves. I did see a couple of recruits out of Bethune. I did see that. But if you in the chat and you are not Jackson State, we appreciate. As always, I appreciate you supporting my channel. But who you thought I was going over, Mr. Moore? Who you thought I was going over? You thought I was telling you who you should be contacting? These folks are committed to Jackson State University. You know it. You know what the title said, Mr. Moore. Stop playing. Okay. All right. You heard Miss Whitley. You heard what she said. Join the channel and become a member, or send me a Cash App or a Venmo. I thought you was just doing reviews, reviewing film. I have no clue what you were doing. Well, you was all up in it. Tell us about them recruits. What you think about our recruits, Mr. Moore? Okay. Taquan McKinney. Let me tell you something about where Coach Javancey Jones came from. Okay? And why this is so important. Let's talk about Louisville, Mississippi football and what that means. So, prior to joining the Jackson State football staff, Coach Javancey Jones served as assistant head coach, defensive coordinator, and recruiting coordinator at Louisville High School in Louisville, Mississippi. The team compiled an impressive cumulative record of 52-5 during his 4 seasons with the program from 2020 to 2023. The program also posted a 17-1 playoff record, tied the school record with 8 shutouts in 2022, won the North Half Championship and the District Championship in 2000, 2022, and 2023, had 19 total shutouts during that span, and yielded less than 10 points in 34 games. Jones was tabbed the defensive coordinator for Magnolia Bowl in 2021, 2022, and 2023. Jones also served as head football coach at Eland Middle School in Louisville, Mississippi for the 2019 to 2023 seasons. His 8th grade team went 27-8 with him at the helm, with his 7th grade team was 31-4. He produced 2 8th grade All-Americans, 2 conference MVPs, and 5 All-State selections. 3 of his players would go on to receive NCAA Division I offers, those coming from Jackson State, Mississippi State, and Ole Miss. He's a native of Noxubee. Is it Noxubee or Noxubee? Noxubee County. So, when we talk about pipelines and players, Coach Javancey Jones got some players, right? And he also has some ties, relationships, coaching trees that he's going to be Noxubee County. We have breaking news. We have official signees. They're dropping them from Go JSU Tigers football page. Okay. So, but anyway, this is Taquan McKinney. Let me read his stats about Mr. Taquan McKinney. He is a linebacker. He's 6 foot, 190 pounds. He had offers from Southern Miss, Valley, and Jackson State. And so we're excited for that particular relationship. No comment, y'all. We talking about football. All right, let me go to the page. Make sure that you guys are voting. Let me put it in there again. Drop it again for Irv Mulligan. Let me see. Irv, oh my goodness. I'm going to drop it in the chat. We're severely behind. We need like everybody to vote 3 times. If everybody in the chat votes 3 times, we'll be right there where we should be. Coach Wade is the new JSU offensive coordinator. Who said that? All right, so we're going to go to the actual official page, which is Jackson State's official football page, because they allegedly dropped the actual class. Allegedly. Mm-mm. Okay. And depending on how y'all feel, if you want to, if we haven't gone over the specific person and I can pull up their stuff, we can go over it if y'all want. If y'all want. It just depends. It depends on how y'all feeling. All right. So this dropped 20 minutes ago. So of course they have Kale Armstrong. He's from Houston, Mississippi. I didn't even know we had a Houston, Mississippi. Houston, Mississippi. I didn't even know we had one. Wow. Kyle Armstrong is offensive lineman. He's 6'5", 290 pounds. He's from Houston High School. Let me see where we at. All right. It says Houston, Mississippi is close to Tupelo, up north Mississippi. No, I've never heard of Houston, Mississippi. They said Chris Jones from the Kansas City Chiefs is from Houston, Mississippi. All right. Let me see if I can get. Oh, Lord have mercy. Braxton, you just will do anything when you think I'm over here just doing a podcast. You just doing any and everything. He has an 85-inch wingspan. No, you're not going to play on my phone. All right, we're going to check out Kale Armstrong's senior highlights. It has him as a tackle and a guard. Or no, it has him as a guard, a tackle and a guard. So let me make sure you guys can see this. Yep, you guys can see it. And then Cal Armstrong is a 3-star. Offensive tackle. Zoe said that we're going to sign about 10 guys today, and some of them will be enrolled early. So it does have Cal Armstrong listed as an offensive tackle, a center, offensive guard, and a defensive tackle, 85-inch wingspan. So in other words, a dog. And I posted the direct go check on your water, baby. Go put bubbles in it. Don't use all the bubble bath either. Just only a little bit. Because you'll like the bubbles. Go ahead, baby, before you overrun the water. Go turn the water off. All right. No, I'm not. That is the poll. Oh, I posted the results. Okay, let me see. I apologize. Here it is right here. And there you have it. You can see that Cale Armstrong is listed by 247 Sports as a 3-star. All right, let's move on to the next one, that Jackson State post. I'm going to play. We're going to have a intermission. I'm going to play a video, and I will be right back. All right. Hey, Miss Shanetta. Somebody said that Irv is winning now, which is good news. That is very good news. Let me post that again. Keep voting, keep voting. If everybody in here, we have 190 people in the chat. If everybody votes 5 times, boom, we'll be in the lead. Are the recruits on 247 or JSU page? So the recruits are on Jackson State's page. I went to 247 Sports so that I could show you that Cal Armstrong is currently ranked as a 3-star. So that is why I pulled up 247 Sports to show you that he is a 3-star. Any more questions? Okay, let's go to the next recruit. Okay. So this was Wayne Patterson, which of course, we already went over Wayne Patterson. We went over him earlier. That was the first recruit that I went over. Yeah, I don't know what they are doing. Folks must be cheating because I don't know what that means. The votes for the QB literally just cut in half randomly. Maybe they're like, I don't know. That's weird. I don't know what type of fool's gold they got going on over here. But we're going to continue to vote for our quarterback. But if you did not have a chance to go look at Wayne Patterson, you can rewind. And in the beginning of my live, we did go look at Wayne Patterson. He's from Newton High School out of Covington, Georgia. This particular edit has him listed as a 6'2", 275 pounds. So that's Wayne Patterson, defensive lineman. Next. I just was talking about Mr. Taquan McKinney. So Taquan McKinney, a linebacker, 6 foot, 200 pounds, out of Louisville, Mississippi. Once again, as I told you before, this is the linebacker that comes from Coach Javancy Jones' coaching tree. So basically, this is one of his former players, and he has decided to come to Jackson State University. They over there playing with the poll numbers. Lord have mercy. Anything to cheat. All right. So, and they just dropped another one just as soon as okay, let me look him up. Cam Evans. Cam Evans is a linebacker. He is 6'1", 225 pounds, out of Crawford, Mississippi. Do you guys, can y'all put a heart or a star in the chat if you've heard of Crawford, Mississippi? He is from West Lowndes High School. Let me look up Cam Evans. Okay, West Lowndes from Columbus, Mississippi. He's class of 2025. We're going to look at some of his film shortly. I'm going to pull it up. I'm going to give you a complete list of all of his offers. Okay. And so this is what I was telling you when I said these are the type of schools that we're going up against, which is why I said that for us, when we talk about playing other FCS teams, I said that it doesn't really bode Jackson State well to play against other FCS teams. Playing against some of the lower tier FBS teams, like once a year, like those are the type of schools that we actually compete for, and some of the higher tiered schools as well. But those are the type of schools that Jackson State is competing against. That's who we recruit against. And he is a bona fide 3-star. According to 247 Sports Today, it's on wax. He is 6'1". He's listed as 6'1", 216 pounds. He received offers from Jackson State, ULM, Pennsylvania, Georgia State, Georgia Tech, Mississippi State, and Ole Miss. So this is actually really huge for Jackson State because we are, as you can see, he got an offer from it doesn't say offer. It just says interest. Okay. So he got an interest from Jackson State, Louisiana Monroe, and Pennsylvania. It does not say he got an offer from Georgia Tech or the others. So it looks like he was interested in possibly those, but he did get an offer from Jackson State, ULM, and Pennsylvania, and he ended up committing to Jackson State. Class of 2025. Let me see if I can find his film. Y'all have to bear with me because these particular recruits that are dropping like right now, I don't have their huddles already pulled up. So when it comes to that, you're gonna have to bear with me. I will look up their huddles and then play them. All right. Has him listed as a middle linebacker and strong safety on his huddle. He on his 40-yard dash, he's listed at a 4.62, the shuttle of 4.6. Okay, that's true, Zoe. So as you can see, that's 2 3-stars so far today that were signed. Let me move this thing out the way. Sorry, y'all. It's all in the way. I need to make it smaller. Once again, this is Cam Evans. I noticed we're linebacker heavy this signing day. We are loading up on strikers. Oh, Lord. Yes, linebackers, offensive linemen. We're competing against a group of 5, right? Which is why when it comes to like playing, if you're gonna play a game, play against a group of. If you're going to play a game in which you would signal as like a money game, play against a group of 5. I see. I don't know what that means. Drop the link to the whole list. I don't have a link to the whole list. Make sure you guys are voting for Irv Mulligan for Player of the Year. You know we good for polls. Okay, I seen Alcorn post to somebody. JSU is playing USM next season. Allegedly. I need y'all to put allegedly in the chat. Allegedly. And we'll be playing in Chicago versus Hampton. Allegedly. Allegedly. Nobody else posted allegedly in the chat for me. Yeah. Listen, this is supposed to be a live about recruiting. So I will keep the live about Jackson State recruiting. But baby, when I tell you it is so much tea going on in this HBCU football spaces, it's like burning the hot roof of your mouth. I'm just gonna say this one thing. We're not gonna talk about it. Allegedly, Coach Mickey Joseph is going to be making a change at offensive coordinator. Allegedly. All right. Let's see. Now y'all know why everybody's getting in a tizzy and all hot, right? Because Coach TC put belt to ass and went 10-2 in his second season. And we with the possibility to go 12-2. Okay? All right. So that's the four that so we've already went over Cale Armstrong, the offensive lineman, 6'5", 290 pounds of Houston, Mississippi. Wayne Patterson, Covington, Georgia of Newton High School. Taquan McKinney, linebacker, 6 foot 200 pounds of Louisville, Mississippi. Cam Evans, Crawford, Mississippi, West Lowndes High School. As of right now, I don't actually see any more recruits dropping, or they're gone, or so I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. So JSU's putting Pootie Tang belt on. Lord. We're right at an hour and 52 minutes. I can stay on for a little bit longer just to see if Jackson State officially drops anybody else. Ten will drop today. Well, I mean, some of these young men, we already know because they already have Go JSU Tigers listed in their bio, and they committed like a long time ago. So some of these folks, you already know who they are. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. Let's see. How many did we go over? We went over Wayne Patterson. We went over Jamal Gowans. We went over Armstrong. That's 3. We went over Taquan McKinney. That's 4. We went over Keith Bass. That's 5. We went over Jay Davis. That's 6. We went over Jaylen Moore. That's 7. So technically, I'm only missing 3 recruits because I've already went over at least 7. So I think the only one that I need is Jay Jones from out of Langston Hughes. I'm going to just make sure I have somebody, but I don't want to release their name. I'm going to just wait. It's another 3-star though. Oh, yeah. Let me see. It's on wax. I mean, now whether or not he's actually signed his letter of intent is one thing, but this young man, okay. $10 will drop today. Okay. So this is a early signing day, class of 2025. These are recruits that have committed to Jackson State that I'm covering. I don't know if they deleted that because of what someone said that they have to fax their signing papers in before they get posted. That may be true. Me personally, I'm just covering kids that say, hey, I'm committed to Jackson State. This particular young man, that's why I didn't necessarily want to go off of, I mean, yeah, you want to go off of what Jackson State posts, but it's early signing day. So we're just going to wait to see if this particular young man signs it and turns it in. I want to say he signed it today, though, because they all signed at the same time. So I'll share with you who this young man is just because they all signed their national letter of intent today at school, earlier today, way earlier. So I'm gonna need some allegedlys in the chat, even though it says committed and it says Jackson State. I'm gonna need like 10 allegedlys before we move forward with this particular young man. Please, anybody, somebody. Or nobody. Yes, Miss Whitley, but they done deleted some folks off of there, and you know, I don't want to get I don't want to get, you know, folks get kind of, it can get wicked. So let's just put allegedly in there and let me share this this talented young man. Let's go ahead and get the allegeds in there. All right. All right. So this is Jabari Jones from Langston High School. It does have him listed as a 2025 commit. He's a wide receiver, 5'10", 185 pounds. He was offered on October 8th, and it says that he committed on October 18th. So once again, Langston Hughes, as I've told y'all before, that we talked about Langston Hughes earlier, and we talked about how they are a championship team, how they are currently in the playoffs, the Georgia playoffs for 5A football. I want to say they are 12-1 currently, 7-0 in their region. This is an important recruit because as of dated today, Jabari Jones is listed as a 3-star prospect, 183 wide receiver, 144 coming out of Georgia. He is listed in here as a 3-star. He's listed in here. He got offers from Boston College, Duke, Florida Atlantic, Georgia Southern, Kent State, Liberty, Marshall, Maryland, Massachusetts, Miami, Ohio, Middle Tennessee, Purdue, Tuskegee, UAB, UT Martin, and Western Kentucky. So now, this particular young man, the 3-star prospect, as of October 18th, he said he was committed to Jackson State. And this would be the 3rd recruit that commits to Jackson State from that Langston Hughes championship team. Yeah. So the young men that I share on the stream today, they would have either had Go JSU Tigers football commit in their bios as of today, or they would have posted on their profiles Jackson State commit or I'm committed. They would have that on their page. So those are the young men that I'm sharing today. Allegedly. Yeah. And like I said, there's 2 other young men that are coming out of that particular program. Which is Keith Bass Jr., the linebacker, and Jamal Gowans, the center. So this is yeah. So everything here is alleged. It's got great speed. Let me see if yeah, so keep those allegeds in there. If you tuning in, if you just now tuned in, hit the link, vote for Irv Mulligan. What happened to all of Eric Phoenix's votes? Y'all, they be cheating on this thing. Cause what? How did that happen? Eric Phoenix had like 1,300 votes. Now he has only 775. What is going on over here? It's kind of janky. You see how fast the wide receiver is? That's what we need. Speed, agility, able to run routes. It looks like he does some kick return or punt return. So, yeah. So it looks like he could also be on special teams, which is important, right? Getting some good special teams in there. And of course, once again, that's Jabari Jones, 3-star out of Langston Hughes. As of right now, he does have committed in his bio, or not bio. He has the committed on his page, so we will see. Good Lord. Okay. Now this is an official post from Jack Go JSU Tigers football. And this is, let me see if I can pronounce it correctly. Cavius Lundy, Hollandale, Mississippi. Do y'all know where is Hollandale at? Where is Hollandale, Mississippi at? Cavius Lundy. He's from Simmons High School. Oh, okay. We in the Delta. Now, see, this is the thing. If you're Alcorn or your Valley, you should be able to get some of these kids too. I mean, of course, it's I love, it's Jackson State, but there is some talent in Mississippi. There's some talent here. And I don't know. This is a blueprint, right? I'm not trying to be messy, but that sounds like a blueprint to me. No, Blue, don't remind me. Don't remind me. Why you had to remind me?
Oh my God.
How you gonna fix it? You done messed me up the jobless visit. I done called the police because I'm doing a refund. A refund is due unto me. Don't feel like I just been abused down here today. God ain't pleased with this. You can't do the Saints like this. Boy, I don't even know what I'm gonna sit out here telling the police car. I'm gonna sit out here telling the police car. I'm doing refund. Because I'm due one to me.
You don't have to remind us, Blue. You don't have to remind us. All right. Let's get back to this young man. Cavius Lundy. You okay, Braxton? Cavius Lundy is 6'2", 190 pounds. Or wait, let me read it off of here because they have him at 6'2". It looks like they got a little bit more weight on him. 6'2", 200 pounds. Okay, Hollandale, Mississippi. And we're getting ready to pull up his positions at the high school level is defensive end and tight end. We're going to pull up his stats. I mean, not his stats. I'm going to pull up his huddle so we can take a look at that. Make sure that if it's your first time here or maybe you've been here before, go ahead and like the stream. Like, share, and subscribe. We're going to go ahead and take a look at Cavius. Wait, let me see. Why do you keep telling me to drop the link for Blue? You're gonna make him disappear. Blue is not coming up here. You just asked Blue to come here and you just basically making him disappear on purpose. Ooh, damn. Ooh, wee. Knock the Sonic rings. Let me rewind that. Did you see him? Knock the Sonic rings out of him. Good Lord, he knocked that football out that young man's hand. He didn't stand a chance. Lord, coming off around that right there, around that corner. Boom, knocked the ball smooth out of him. Good Lord. Same school that D.L. Wells is from. So he's playing defensive end. Ooh, woo! Not Joshua Nobles Jr. Yeah, we need that. Ooh, he that's his second forced fumble. That's his second forced fumble. What size is he again? Let me close some of these links. Cavius Lundy, 6'2", 200 pounds. Hollandale, Mississippi, from Simmons High School. Granny Ann. Uh-oh, they just posted another one. They posted another one. We over there stalking their page. Oh, I already did him. Good. I'm glad that the person that I've already done is officially official. Okay, officially official. Why is Dre clowning on Twitter? Somebody said, "Can you imagine if they fired band directors the way they do coaches?" And Dre talking about some of them need to. Ooh, wee! Pop that ball right on out. in the rain. He not playing. He is not playing. You see how he wrap up his tackles? I love that. They don't schedule nobody. We're talking about Valley because they got rid of their coach. That's the point. Why would you get rid of your coach and they just beat FAMU? I don't even think Dancy beat FAMU. All right now, y'all. Let me look him up. And he plays basketball too. He's a two-sport athlete, or what is that? Let me see. I think Cavius also plays basketball. Yep. He played basketball as well. So Cavius Lundy is a two-sport athlete. He had 10.1 rebounds per game, which is 11th in Mississippi. Wow. Okay. That's what's up. All right. So let's go to Go JSU Tigers main page. They're actually dropping folks. Now, Jaylen Moore, of course, we went over Mr. Jaylen Moore because he is Mr. Oak Grove from Hattiesburg, Mississippi. So we actually did already go over him. So I was told that it's probably roughly about 10 players that are dropping today. So let me see how many players I went over. I went over Wayne Patterson is defensive lineman. Jamal Gowans is a center. Kale Armstrong is an offensive lineman. Jabari Jones is the wide receiver, and he is from Langston Hughes. Taquan McKinney is the linebacker that committed from Louisville High School and from Louisville, Mississippi. Javonte Jones, old school. Keith Bass is a linebacker out of Langston Hughes. Jamarian Davis is Quavion and Ziggy's brother from Central High School in Fort Pierce, Florida. He's a linebacker. Jaylen Moore is a linebacker. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there's like only one more recruit left. And I'm trying to figure out who that is. Oh, they said that the voting is skyrocketed. So I'm gonna post it again. That's what we need. I need to vote, like everybody vote 2 or 3 times. We got this in the bag. So as I stated earlier, when we talk about the blueprint for Jackson State's recruiting, as you noticed, a lot of our early signing day recruits are out of Mississippi, Georgia, and then we had one from Florida. So the Mississippi recruits, of course, was Taquan McKinney, Jaylen Moore, Kale Armstrong. Those are all out of Mississippi. The Georgia recruits are Keith Bass Jr., the linebacker. Jamal Gowans is the center, and Jabari Jones, wide receiver. Those three are out of Georgia. And yeah. They posted Jabari. Okay. See, I'm good over here. I'm good. I'm good. So I'm missing one recruit, basically. Everybody else I got. See, that's Jaylen Moore, Mr. Oak Grove. That's Jamarian Davis. That's Ziggy's and Quavion's brother. So the two offensive linemen that are currently at Jackson State. One's a freshman, one's a sophomore. This is their brother out of Fort Pierce, Florida. Jamal Gowans, of course, is from Langston Hughes High School out of Fairborn, Georgia. Keith Bass Jr. is a linebacker out of Langston Hughes High School. These young men, including Jabari Jones, are playing this weekend for the state championship. So, and then, of course, Wayne Patterson is out of Covington, Georgia. Shout out to the Georgia to Mississippi pipeline. No, that's probably the last recruit that I have not done yet is Ryan Anderson, which I will be pulling up right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. All right, so let me pull that one up. It's a good class. Good class. Cavius Lundy out of Hollandale, Mississippi. Okay. All right. The SIP. I don't know about you, but that's a different type of blueprint, ain't it? Uh-oh. Not from Texas. Boy, we all up in y'all backyard. Ain't that Texas Southern's backyard right there? We all up in your backyard. Lord have mercy. All right. And PV. We all up in PV's backyard. Now, I will say this. You know. Oh my goodness. Oh boy, there's some shade being thrown in that chat. All right, Ryan Anderson is an offensive lineman, 6'3", 285 pounds. He's from Houston, Texas, from Westfield High School. Does anybody know about Westfield High School in the chat? Anybody know about Westfield? It looks like they just recently lost to James Madison this weekend in the in the state brackets. No, that can't be right. Westfield, y'all. Y'all get me right. Westfield High School, Houston, Texas. Westfield High School football, Houston, Texas. Braxton, you doing a little bit too much splashing for me, young man. It sounds like there's water all over the floor. All right. So, Westfield football schedule. This is Texas football schedule, according to Max Preps. Because, I want to do a little research. Like, who is Westfield? Oh, you said Coach Manny got a pipeline? We in the pipeline. We got some folks from Texas. Somebody find me the meme where that man was eating something with some foil and he was like, "We in Texas too?" All right. So Westfield football, they were 8-3, 7-0. They were first in district, 5-2 at home, 3-1 away. They lost to College Park. Let's see who they beat. They won against King. They lost against Fort Bend Hightower and North Shore. They won against Spring, Decaney, Nimitz, Aldine, MacArthur. Good Lord, they beat the mess out of MacArthur 52-0. Benjamin Davis, Eisenhower, and they ended up losing to College Park. Yeah. So, this is a good competitive. They're called the Westfield Mustangs, a very competitive team. Yeah, what he said. All right. Now, let me look up Mr. Ryan Anderson. His huddle. So Ryan Anderson has an 81-inch wingspan. 6 on here. Let me read what they say that he weighs on here. Let me keep it. Let's keep it. It's 6'3", 285 pounds. 14-6A All-District Offensive Tackle, 14-6A All-District Center. He plays offensive tackle, offensive guard, and center. In his junior season, he had 60-plus pancakes. And we're getting ready to watch his huddle. Mr. Anderson. And okay, got it. Ooh, pancake. He said, "What's for breakfast? What's for breakfast?" So that's two offensive linemen that we have coming in that have played multiple different positions on the line, right? Which makes them versatile. This year we saw Evan Henry being versatile and playing. I think he played right guard and he played center. He was playing all up and down the line this year. Um, I think it's absolutely amazing, especially since we have become an offense that really uses the pound and ground game in terms of running or rushing. So that's good to see. He's from uh he's from Houston, Texas, Doc. Westfield. It said that he had a 90% grade. Ryan is one of the best centers in the city of Houston. He can pull, run, play every position on the online. Or excuse me, on the offensive line. They say Ryan Anderson ain't no joke. All right, y'all. And I want to say that would be 10 recruits. Let me go ahead and count it. Let's go ahead and count. Let me see. We had Wayne Patterson out of Newton High School from Covington, Georgia. That's a defensive tackle. Keith Bass Jr. From Langston Hughes High School from Fairborn, Georgia. He's out of there were 3 recruits that came from Langston Hughes High School: a linebacker, a wide receiver, and an offensive lineman. Jamal Gowans is the inside offensive lineman or center, and he is also from Langston. Jamarian Davis is Quavion and Ziggy's brother. So we have 2 offensive linemen that are already at Jackson State. One's a freshman and one's a sophomore. Jamarian Davis is their younger brother, and he's a linebacker. And then, of course, Jaylen Moore is from Oak Grove High School. He's a halfback / linebacker. And so that's 5. And then we had Kale Armstrong, Jabari Jones, who's also from Langston Hughes, Taquan McKinney, Ryan Anderson. That would be 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cavius Lundy is the linebacker out of Hollandale, Mississippi. Yep. that would be all of them. I'm not missing anybody. So that would mean that those are the 10 recruits, the Big 10 for the early signing day class. Of this particular class, we have Jabari Jones is a current 3-star athlete, according to 247 Sports. Kyle Armstrong, the offensive lineman out of Houston, Mississippi, is a 3-star. And the last one, of course, is Cam Evans, which I don't think they posted him and then they took him down. But Cam Evans is a linebacker out of Columbus, Mississippi, and that's another 3-star, according to 27 Sports. I'm going to pull that up for you, and then we're basically done. Yep, I got all 3 of them. So I'll share those with you guys real quick. Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. Here, of course, is Cale Armstrong. According to 247 Sports, he's ranked as a 3-star out of Houston, Mississippi. Cam Evans, West Lowndes or high school out of Columbus, Mississippi. He is a 3-star athlete, according to 247 Sports. And Jabari Jones out of Langston Hughes, a 3-star athlete, according to 247 Sports, as of today. So I'm glad that I was able to put this together. I want to give a shout out, of course, to Mr. Sanders for all of his help, because when I woke up this morning, I ain't gonna lie to you, it definitely slipped my mind that it was early signing day. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm trying to get Braxton back in that school mode after being out of school for a week. It's hard to get them back in school mode, bedtime mode, no candy mode. Let me see. I was supposed to do a live tonight with HBCU Sports. I haven't heard back. Oh, never mind. They're on there. So I am going to be on HBCU Sports. Tonight at 7 p.m. Central, which means, dang, in a whole nother hour. So I will be a special guest on HBCU Sports tonight at 8 p.m. So basically in an hour, I have to get back on here in the stream. We will be talking about the coaching fires, and then we'll talk about the SWAC championship game and the matchups for that. So if you're not doing anything, come back at 8 o'clock or go to HBCU Sports platform, because I will be a special guest on there, and we'll be talking about Jackson State versus Southern. Yes, thank Mr. Sanders, because I was a mess this morning. I said, oh no, I don't have anything done. So I'll see y'all tonight, right? Cool. Thank y'all all for tuning in. Like, share, and subscribe. And I will see y'all later. Oh, and this we're gonna play this song in because this song we're gonna exit out with it because of all the different coaching changes that have been made in the SWAC and the MEAC in the last week. It's been a lot going on, so we're gonna leave out with this.
I've had some
Oh, wait, we're not going anywhere. Mr. Ford just said drop the link. Okay, Mr. Ford, I'll drop the link. Come back. Come back. Mr. Ford, come back. Mr. Ford, y'all didn't tell me he said drop the link. Hopefully he didn't hear me say I'll come back later. Mr. Ford, you coming on? Come back, Mr. Ford, come back. I don't know. Mr. Ford might have. Mr. Ford, you coming up here? He said, drop the link. What? Y'all ain't told me nothing. Come on back, Mr. Ford. Lord. Y'all, I don't know, Mr. Ford. What are you doing?
I'm hungry.
You hungry? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to have pasta tonight.
Yay, pasta!
Yeah.
I love pasta.
I bet. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I think Mr. Ford saw me. See, because if Mr. Ford sees me say I'm leaving, he maybe he got off of it. I don't know. I thought so. You coming up here, Mr. Ford, or not? I'll stay on here for you because I want to hear what you got to say. I got something to say. Y'all go ahead and like the stream, please. Hey, Mr. Ford. Can you hear me? Mr. Ford.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear?
Yeah, but you
Hey.
kind of. Hey, how you doing? Folks was getting ready to take. Uh-oh, you're Mr. Ford, your phone breaking up. Uh-oh, Mr. Ford, your phone breaking up. They don't want to hear what you got to say because I know you about to go in. North Carolina A&T just got rid of their coach. Delaware State just got rid of their coach. Who else lost their coach? No, Mr. Ford, we can't hear you.
Yeah, you're glitching.
You gotta go.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you some, but not really.
Oh.
Okay, wait. I can hear you
Hold
now.
on
I
for
can
me.
hear you now. Hey.
Okay. Listen. Are you coming back tonight?
No, we gonna stay on. We staying on.
Wait a minute. Are you coming back on tonight?
No, we're gonna stay on. Talk. Go ahead.
Huh?
We're gonna stay on, Mr. Ford. Go
Okay.
ahead.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Let me move. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. One second. Hold on.
Yeah, you might as well share what you gotta say.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
You can hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that's real delusion on the part of North Carolina A&T. If anybody need to be fired, it's Earl Hilton, because he and Dr. Martin is the one that destroyed that A&T athletic program. And let me say this right here. They talking about they want Sean Gibbs, the guy down in Fort Valley State, right? He ain't gonna do no better because they in a ditch. They in over their head. I told you the other day what they need to do is go ahead on and ask them. That's right.
Back to the MEAC.
Back to the MEAC. That's where they need to be. Because listen, the MEAC beat them down. Look at this. Look at what it was. Wait a minute. Look at what Central did to them. Central put 66 points on them. Look at what Chennisberry and South Carolina State did to them. Listen, you can't beat the MEAC, so join them. Take your behind back to the MEAC. Going to get Sean Gibbs ain't going to do nothing. You trying to compete with Villanova? It's unreal. It ain't going to happen. It ain't happening. And by the way, I got to go back and listen to the show. I know I heard, aren't you talking about the recruiting for Jackson State? What were you talking? Yes. I got to go back and do this show. How long you been on? You been on about 2 hours?
2.5 hours, Mr. Ford. We went through all 10 recruits and we looked
Well, listen, I'll tell you what we do. Anybody got any questions for me? Do they have any questions for me?
Yes, Mr. Ford. What do you think about all these? Valley let their coach go today, or he resigned?
No.
Yes.
Valley let their coach go? No.
Yes.
I was disappointed in Delaware State. I don't understand what they're doing. I thought that guy did a good job up there. You know what?
Yeah, anybody got some questions for Mr. Ford?
Yeah, you got any questions? Come on, shoot them at me.
What you got to say, Mr. Ford?
They let the guy Valley go?
Effective immediately.
Oh, man. Well, then, if they're going to let him go get Jay Hobson.
What?
Go get Jay Hobson.
What about Fred McNair?
Go get Fred McNair, Jay Hobson. Go get one of them old heads.
You want some more tea, Mr. Ford?
What's the new? What's going on?
Allegedly, let me get some alleges in the chat. Allegedly, Mickey Joseph got rid of Dooley.
I'm not surprised about that. Because he kind of been hinting at that all season. He was. See, my whole thing with that Grambling offense was, y'all talk about him. And see, my whole thing was, as terrible as that crowd, Miles Crowley, what's his name? Miles Crowley. Yeah. How could this kid be picked as the preseason offensive player of the year? That's what I'm trying. Now, who did that? That's what I got to say. Put that in the chat. Who did that? Ain't nothing about him was a preseason All-America, nothing. Like I told you the other night, the best thing about the Bayou Classic this year was when they took him out the game. That was the best thing. But I'm telling y'all now, Mickey Joseph want to do something. Now, y'all say what y'all want to. Yeah, they got beat this year, but that man want to do some stuff now. Mickey Joseph want to do something. Y'all can say what y'all want to now. He want to do something. Listen, I told you, Mr. Moon, I was very impressed with him at the SWAC Media Day when weren't y'all in Birmingham? Where was the SWAC Media Day?
In Birmingham.
Yeah, listen, I was impressed with him. I thought he was like, I thought he won the room several times. I was impressed with him. I like what he talks about. Now, I'm not surprised he got rid of Dooley. Now, here's the thing. I want Prairie View to go and hire that whole Valdosta State staff, and I want Alabama A&M to hire Sam Shade and his staff. Now, that's what Mr. Ford wants.
Well, what about North Carolina A&T, Mr. Ford?
They got to. The number one thing is they got to get out that CAA. They listen. They are in a deep ditch, and going to get Sean Gibbs from Fort Valley State ain't gonna help nothing. That program got to be totally rebuilt, and if you go back to the MEAC, it will be rebuilt quicker. What's going to happen to them in that CAA? They're going to be everybody's homecoming. That's what they're going to be. Everybody's going to try to put 40 and 50 points on them.
Well, I hope Jackson State schedules them while they're on their down years.
Yeah, that's right. Get them now, because they're pitiful.
Come on, let's get a bowl game in Charlotte.
Yeah, and then do them like what's that guy Trey Oliver did them? Put 66 on them. And by the way, now listen, I'm gonna be honest with you now. I think TC's supposed to beat up on Southern this weekend, and it's supposed to be a blowout. I think it's supposed to be a blow. Now I know Southern they got a stout defense. They might stick with them the first half, but Jackson's supposed to blow Southern out that second half. Now Jackson got to blow them out with that boy calling them play. Jackson got to blow them out and get ready for this epic battle here in Atlanta, baby. Listen,
what epic battle?
It's gonna be Bull Run. You remember in the Civil War they had a battle called Bull Run. That's what this gonna be between Jackson and South Carolina State. Antietam or something, because it's gonna be epic.
Mm.
Yes, it's gonna be epic, baby. It's TC against Chenersbury. Them Tigers against them Bulldogs. Man, I can't wait. I can't wait, girl.
Adrian, Doc says Adrian Jones from Shaw was relieved of his duties yesterday.
I heard that too. That did come across my phone today. And I heard the one about the Undertaker at A&T, that came across my phone. And I saw the one about Delaware State. Was it yesterday, the day before I saw about Cornell Manor? Okay, who else?
Lord, they clearing them out left and right.
Okay, well, you know why? Remember, what? Listen, Mr. Mona, remember what I told you now? It's about millions. It's millions of dollars can be made in this postseason in black college football now. On that, and when you talking about SWAC and MEAC, you can make, listen, that's SWAC making money, baby. That's why I tell y'all, don't mention the SWAC in the same breath with the MEAC now. Because the MEAC ain't making the money the SWAC making. SWAC making money. SWAC making money. But let me say this to all y'all who's putting in that talking about we ain't ready for expansion. That's a lie. Don't stand pat, baby. Listen, we got to get somebody down there at Tuskegee, because I'm going to tell you something. They are prime candidate. I would love to see Skegee come to the SWAC. Like I told you, I know y'all don't want to hear it, but we got to get one of them Atlanta schools. We got to get one of them. We got to get one of them Atlanta schools.
Mr. Ford.
Yeah, but listen, let me tell you something. If Jackson State play Clark, it'll be 25,000 in there from Jackson State. It'll be 25,000. If Southern come, it'll be 20,000 from Baton Rouge. We come. I'm telling you, you let FAMU come up to Clark Stadium. Oh, it'll be packed out. It'll be 40,000. Okay, we got to get one of them Atlanta schools. Now I'm gonna tell you the one that don't, that really has no vision about athletics is Morehouse, because it would be cheaper for Morehouse because they don't have female sports, but they have no vision. They don't know, they don't care nothing about athletics, because they could make a lot of money. Because see, let me tell you what Morehouse or Clark could do, which Clark can handle the crowds. Morehouse, I think they can handle the crowd too. But see, Morehouse can always take those games either to Georgia State, or they could take that game to Georgia Tech, either one. But like I said, there's no, when it comes to athletic vision, I know Harold Ellis is the athletic director, but let me tell you something. Y'all slow moving over there at Morehouse. See, what you want to do every year is go up there and let Howard put belt to your ass every year up there in New York, and they put 60 points on you and all that. I'm sick of that. But see, Howard is punking out. What Howard needs to do is invite Jackson State to New York or to New Jersey, to the Meadowland. And then we can draw 60 and 70,000. If you're not going to bring Jackson, invite Florida A&M. That's what Howard needs to do. But see, Howard punks out. They want to pick on a little somebody that, got about 10, 15 scholarships. See, ooh, that's Howard punking out. Punking out. That's what they're doing. Punking out.
They said that Elizabeth City
coach, they let him go?
Elizabeth City, Delta State, Valley, Lane College, North Carolina A&T, Norfolk State. They said Mike Vick to Norfolk State is a strong possibility.
You know what? There was an article on my phone about that today. There was an article about it. Yeah, about Mike Vick going to Norfolk State.
Lane College.
Now, the only thing is, listen, let me say this about Mike Vick. If he going to bring in top-notch assistants, coordinators, position coaches, I wouldn't have a problem with it, because I am a Mike Vick fan, but that ain't got nothing to do with coaching now. Listen, I tell anybody, man, that dude, he turned Atlanta out. Them people, they got him out of here, but that boy, he turned Atlanta out. He turned it out. But listen, if he gonna bring some NFL type coaches, yeah, I'll be for Mike Vick. Because I'm gonna tell you now, Mr. Mona, I told you the other night when my sister was at Hampton and we went over to visit Norfolk. When I was at Norfolk, I told the people that I was with, I said, Norfolk reminds me of Southern. I told you that the other night.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, and it reminds me of Southern. And if it reminds me of Southern, that means they can win in everything, including football. Yeah.
What about Fred McNair coming back to the SIP.
Yeah, like I said, give him Mississippi Valley, give him Tuskegee, one of them schools. Give him one of them schools. Because we need Tuskegee to come back. And they listen, Tuskegee right now is horrible. They need to make up their mind what they're going to. It's either Ruffin's fault or it's that James kid, the head coach's fault, or it's both of them fault. But somebody got to go. Some changes got to be made.
Ain't trying to spend no money to afford Michael Vick. He have to bring in his own money like Dion did to pay people.
Listen, Norfolk got money. Norfolk got money. Okay, if you don't listen, if they don't want Michael Vick, just go right up the road. You got Dr. Henry Frazier. That's what Petersburg or Ettra, whatever that is, with Virginia State. If you don't want him, how about the guy at Virginia Union? He'd come down there and do well. What you say, Dr. Alvin Parker? Bring him to Norfolk. Bring him to Norfolk. Okay. Listen, it's solutions to all these problems. Because let me tell you something. When I watch Mississippi Valley beat FAMU, can't nobody tell me about Mississippi Valley can't win. That's a lie. That stuff that what that guy on that show is talking about, they need to go back to Division II. That's foolish. Ain't no difference in these black schools.
Well, they need to, but you gotta listen. You can't be giving somebody half a deck and expecting them to be able to compete.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you this again. Go get Fred McNair or go get Jay Hobson. Okay, I guarantee you.
Fred McNair
or Jay Hobson, one of them. Go and get your money together up there in Valley. That's Itabino, right? Get your money together.
Mm-hmm.
Get your money together. Off it to Fred. If Fred don't want it, go for Jay Hobson.
You think Jay will come back?
Yeah, because see, listen. Jay down there with Major Appleby. Major and them getting ready to get new jobs. Major's doing well. Major gonna get a new job. And it ain't guaranteed that Major gonna take Jay with him. So listen, get the money together in Itabino. Get that money together. And go and make Jay Hobson or Fred McNair offer. Get the money together. That's all you got to do. But now this Prairie View, get that money together and offer that whole staff at Valdosta State. Offer all of them. Tell that man you want him and the staff. Come to Prairie View. Y'all got money. You spend $19 million. You spend more money than anybody else on sports in HBCU athletics. You spend 19. Southern spends 18 million. Okay? Y'all can get them. Y'all can get them. Get the money together. Get that 4-5 year deal, guarantee it. What I'm thinking about 350 to 400. What's his name? Tremaine Jackson, 350 to 400. What y'all paying TC? Ain't y'all paying him 400? What y'all paying TC?
TC done probably made about 450.
Yeah, that's what.
How many wins he done made?
Okay,
Lord.
listen.
If he wins
whatever TC is making,
Celebration Bowl, they gonna break the bank on him, huh?
Whatever TC making, Prairie View got to offer that to Tremaine Jackson.
You can't offer that to.
Yes, it can. Yeah, listen. If TC making 450, whatever's that. Who is the highest paid? TC is the highest paid coach in the SWAC, right?
Yes, but TC has
bring
won.
Tremaine in at his money.
And then he got a raise, right? He got a raise and then he got re-signed. But that's based off of winning. You don't.
Yeah, but listen.
Paying somebody.
Mr. Mona, listen to me. Tremaine is a national champion, probably from the repeat, because he's going to get another one this year. Okay. That man got a resume. The resume say championship. That's what you want. When you get them kind of people, you got to pay them. You got to pay them people. Come on. Listen, Prairie View is in Texas, baby. You know that they got that long money in Texas now. Come on now, you know Mr. Mona.
They recruits all the way in Mississippi. We just signed.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And by the way, you know that little boy you was telling, and not the little boy, but you was telling me about a kid had gone to a school in Texas. What's his name? Hatter?
PJ Hatter from Texas State.
Okay. Did Jackson get him?
He originally committed to Jackson State, and then he decommitted to go to Texas State.
Okay, so did anybody get him out the? They hadn't started with the portal yet, have they?
I mean, he's posting on there that he's available.
Well, listen, so y'all need to go get him, or we need to get him somewhere in the SWAC. We need to get him. Hey, listen, Alabama State, you need to go get him. FAMU, go get him. And by the way, Alabama State and FAMU, go get that kid from Arkansas Pine Bluff. Go get him. Don't let that kid lead the SWAC.
Who you talking about, Giovanni Gibson or Nathan? You know, Valley's wide receiver went into the portal today. Nathan.
Okay, go get him too, because we don't need him to lead the SWAC. Go get him. Okay, now listen, Alabama State needs some wide receivers. Alabama State needs some wide receivers.
Quarterback.
And that's right. That's why I said go get the Hatter kid you talking about. Go get that quarterback from Pine Bluff. Go get him. Go get that kid. Yeah.
What's going on, Mr. Ford?
Hey, what's going on, man? Listen, you don't call that Hatter kid yet, Doc. What you waiting on? Did you call him?
I ain't going down to no San Marcos to call that boy.
Call that boy. Tell him. See if he want to be a Tiger.
Hey, he probably gonna be the starter next year.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Mr. Mona say he went in the portal.
He went on the portal.
Yes, he went into the portal.
Yeah, Mr. Mona say he went in the portal.
I must have seen that one.
Yeah.
I must have seen that one. I've been at work majority of the day.
Hey, and Doc, listen, they talking about your guy at Texas State, but nobody can touch him because he signed the biggest deal in the Sun Belt. What's his name?
G.J. Kenny.
Yeah, it was a lot of schools was interested in him, but he signed a big contract, and now he's the highest paid coach in the Sun Belt.
Who's the highest paid?
His name is, you said DJ, what'd you say his name is?
G.J. Kenny.
Yeah, there were a lot of people interested in him. I was reading an article either today or yesterday. Yeah, but they can't touch him now because that school locked him up.
Locked him up with them benefits.
They locked him up.
They did the same thing that Jackson State did with TC. As soon as they figure it out, they're going to figure somebody going to get them.
Doc, off top of your head, is TC 450?
You about that much.
Okay, that's why I said to Mr. Mona, Prairie View needs to go after that coach Tremaine Jackson. He getting ready to repeat. Yeah, give him 450. No, listen,
he won D2 national championship.
Well, he's gonna win it this year. He's gonna win it again. Okay, listen. What I would want with him, you get him and his entire staff. Bring all them to Prairie View. Okay. And so let Prairie View go back to the Billy Nix days. Y'all, Mr. Mona, you know about the Billy Nix days?
No, Mr. Ford, tell us about the Billy Nix days.
Listen, that's when Prairie View used to kick behind. They used to call names and kick behind him. That was the Billy Nix days. You know, at FAMU, they used to call it the Gaither days. They used to call name and kick behind. Boy, look here. I want them to go back to the Billy Nix days.
Yeah, the
Doc, you know about that, don't you?
Yeah, I've been reading about that. They
that's what I'm talking.
We used to have a separate school league called the Prairie View Interscholastic League.
Sure did. That's right.
Because it was supposed to rival with the white school because it was segregated. Yeah.
And see, when really what hurt, hurt everybody, but what hurt Prairie View was the integration of Texas. Mm-hmm. That's really what hurt Prairie View. But I still think Prairie View could be a power in black college football. I don't see why Prairie View shouldn't be coming to the Celebration Bowl. With the money they spending, they should be coming to the Celebration Bowl.
But I'm gonna tell you like this, Mr. Ford. If they don't get Fred McNair, they gonna have to get somebody from the state of Texas that knows Texas, that knows the high schools of Texas.
But that's isn't that Tremaine Jackson guy from Texas?
Yeah, he's from Houston.
Listen, what? So we don't need to have no more conversation. He's Texas.
And he went to Texas Southern.
Okay. We don't need to have no more conversation. He's the man. Just like I keep telling my folks that I work with, we don't need to have no conversation about Alabama A&M. It's all about Sam Shade. What else is it to talk about? We don't need to talk about that. He right down that road, go down there to Birmingham, Fairfield, get him and the staff, bring them back to Huntsville, Normal, Alabama. That's what you do.
Right.
We don't need to have no more conversation.
Now, if I'm Prairie View, do you call back Henry Fraser III and bring him back in? Or do you want to go young?
Yeah, I want Tremaine Jackson.
I
want Tremaine Jackson.
If you want to go, like if you go Tremaine Jackson, or let's even go younger. Do we give a call to a KJ Black?
KJ ain't leaving the Falcons. You know the kind of money he making. He ain't coming. No.
Hey,
Listen, if what's my man's name? The head coach at with the Falcons. What's his name? You know what I'm talking about. He used to be at Tampa Bay.
oh, talk about Raheem.
Yeah, now if Raheem them get fired, yeah, you call KJ. But listen, KJ ain't gonna leave the Falcons to come to press. It's too much money. He gonna lose too much money. Listen, the number one choice got to be this Tremaine Jackson. Now you said they got to go get somebody from Texas. Oh, didn't he fit that bill? Did he fit that blank?
Yeah,
you say from Houston?
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Listen, it don't need to be no conversation. You got to go get that Tremaine Jackson. But here's my thing. You got to make him an offer he can't refuse. It can't be you can't skip on the money. Okay? Whatever is the top money in the SWAC, you got to offer Tremaine Jackson the top money in the SWAC.
Well, hey, I'm gonna be honest with you, Mr. Ford.
Mm-hmm.
Jerry Mack was with the Jacksonville Jaguars as a position coach. And he going to Kennesaw State.
Well, now, listen, you know they getting ready to be fired. Doug Peterson and the whole crew gonna get fired. All them gonna get fired.
Hey, that man.
He was smart.
That man is about to make close to a little bit over $5 million.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But listen, Doug Peterson and the whole crew gonna get fired, and they're gonna get fired because of Trevor Lawrence. Because Trevor done went backwards. Okay, so Doug and them and Jerry Mack, Jerry was smart. He realized they finna get fired, so he took their job.
They bringing back the UAB coach. Trent Dilfer's not getting fired. They released a statement.
Wait a minute, they bringing back Trent Dilfer?
He released a statement today.
Listen, he got mollywopped every week. Everybody drugged the flow with him every week. He was getting beat 50 and 60 in that.
They needed to get Brian Vincent. That was the first.
Yeah, that guy from ULM. Or they need to go back and get the old coach Bill Clark.
Oh no, Bill Clark said he retired.
Oh, okay. Bill is good.
You know, like this. There's a couple more coaches whose seats are hot as fish grease right now in the SWAC.
Well, you know me. You talk about this.
We talk about as early as first-year head coaches, and they are literally having 2-year turnovers for HBCUs. It's unheard of. It's shocking.
Now,
well, you know me. You talked about it and about the SWAC and the MEAC, baby. It's about that money. It's about that money.
I want to get your opinion about the Valley situation. Would you have stayed with Kendrick Wade for one more year and see what he can do, or would you be all right with the decision that they made to let him go?
Well, we don't know really what transpired, whether or not they decided to let him go, if there was conversations that were had. I know on the last coaching call, he did say that there was a certain level of support that he needed. You know, they got rid of, or, you know, they pushed the AD out, and he was, you know, successful.
So to me, the way we talking, the way we thinking, right? Is it more on the administration not giving two shits about the football program, or is it that if you come in here, then you're gonna try to make, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna try to make lemon out of lemonade to try to get, you know, try to elevate to like over 500?
No, you need to give Valley, if you need, HBCUs need 3 years to turn around a program. Valley's going to need 5 or 6 years because they're working with so much less.
Right.
Yes, they got new turf and an upgraded billboard, but Coach was speaking about needing the proper protein and nutrition. That's one of the main things that kids need. Jackson State has a training table. You know,
right.
The kids are flying. The kids are flying everywhere. That's outside of anything that's like 4 hours. They flying.
Right. They flying.
There's some programs that if it's 6 hours, they're driving. They're not flying everywhere.
Right.
I think somebody pointed out Valley had 8 games on the road this year.
They did.
And furthermore, you're scheduling Valley for certain types of games because you're doing it money games. When you schedule a team for money games, you got to be like South Carolina State with that, because South Carolina State, they knew they was going to lose them money games, but when it was conference play, that's when they looked towards it. But I felt like Valley, you could see the progress. They had 1,000-yard wide receiver this year. The quarterback, you could see that he had progressed as well.
Yep.
You had Jackson Davis, the tight end,
who missed like 4 games earlier, but he still was, to me, he was still the best tight end in the conference.
Right. So I feel like I don't know what happened behind the scenes, but for me, when I think about what Valley needs and what it is, I felt like that he motivated them young boys because they played hard every week. Even though they lost and they only won 1 game, they played hard every single week. And they had some tight games. The UAPB game, that could have went either way. The Prairie View game was literally by 1 point, and they beat FAMU.
That's right. At Bragg Stadium, baby.
I felt like
at
that
Bragg
alone.
And then that last game that they played against
at home, that's enough
at home.
And then that last game at home when they played A&M, they was in the dog fight with them for most of the game until the second half, until the middle of the third, fourth quarter. To me, the way I'm looking at this is that with Mississippi Valley, like you said, yes, this is not a 3-year turnaround. You got to be there at least 4. You got to give a guy, a coach that's coming in 4 years, at least 4 years,
minimum of 4. And then another thing that they were having problems with is they were trying the tricky situation with the transfer portal, which was they were getting and Coach Wade spoke on it, was that he was getting kids out of the portal from the FBS, and he said that he did not have a good percentage rate
with him. Yeah, I remember he was talking about that. Yeah. So because I remember he said he would rather go D2 JUCO high school level. And he's done a great, to me. I'm looking, this is why I look at Valley every week since he's been a head coach. He's done a great job when he gets those high school kids because he's developed them. He does a great job when he gets those get those JUCO kids, because why? Because if they got film and they played a lot at their junior college, they are ready to be plug and play. And then with the D2, it's the same thing. Now, if you do get an FBS transfer, more than likely, yes, it's going to for you. It's a stepping stone school because they're looking to go back up. They're going to try to get their stats.
Like JUCOs, when you JUCO, you getting it out the mud anyway. A lot of JUCOs, you got to get it out the mud. At the FBS level, some of those kids are spoiled, so they're not used to the grit and grind. But one thing I will say about also Coach Wade is that he is a Mississippi Valley alum. Who better than to want to lead their program? If you're looking to mimic a blueprint, the blueprint is to hire not these celebrity coaches, because those celebrity coaches are looking for entrance into college football. They think they're going to do the Dion and they're going to leave. If you want a blueprint, the blueprint is to get coaches from the HBCU spaces that are that have experience.
Right. So to me, I'm gonna be real honest with you, and tell Braxton cover his ears. Valley effed up. I think they effed this up big time, like seriously, because that man has done him, and I'm gonna be honest with you. Him and Dancy have done more with less. Even when Dancy was there, he was doing a lot more with less. When and Wade there, he doing a lot more than less. The last time Valley had at least 5 wins in the season was like 20 like a long time ago to me. The last time they was above 500 was like 15, 16 years ago. To me, if your president, your school president is not on board with the football program, if he don't care about the football program, then you're gonna keep getting coaches coming in every 2 years or every 3 years, and you're gonna be recycling them out. So, like, I know allegedly one person said that they trying to get Vincent Brown. Why would you go get Vincent Brown when he was doing so terrible? To me, Vincent Brown is not a head coach. He is a coordinator. He is a defensive coordinator at best. Why would you go get somebody? Why would you go get him? And it seems like he's going to be in over his head. He said that when he was at A&T, he is in over his head. Why would you try to pinpoint him? Yes, he's an alum. He's an alum. But if you're not backing him up, if you're not giving him whatever he needs, you're going to have a revolving door of coaches, and you're going to be a perennial loser every year until you as an administration get on board and be like, we need to help this coach out. We need to give him whatever he needs. We might not have that kind of money, but we got to do, you got to do something. You're going to continue to have this situation every 2 years. So that's to me, that's my take on it with the Valley situation. With the Prairie View situation, they looking for something when Willie Simmons was there. When Willie Simmons was at PV, they was winning 7, 8 games a year when he was there. So when Dooley took over, he had a little small run, but he regressed. When Bubba took over, he got to the championship game, but this season was a do or die situation. Like, he had to get back. He had to win the West, get back to the championship game, and win the SWAC. It didn't turn out the way that they wanted. And then Prairie View, some of the alums from Prairie View, they can't sit back. If the ones that came in from the 90s, the 90s and the 2000s, they can't sit back and say, well, we want this type of coach when you don't even go to the games. You don't even support the program because you feel like they're going to go right back to being an 80-game loser.
I really think it was Coach TC that got all these folks that they shipped them out, because Coach TC just put a blueprint out there, and the blueprint is I can win in 2 years and go undefeated in the SWAC. Oh, hey, Jerome.
Hey, D, I love how y'all doing.
Good.
What up, black man?
What's going on, black man? How you doing, sir?
I'm doing good, man.
Is that Mr. Ford on the line too?
Yeah. I'm gonna get in the car in a second. I'm still listening.
Hey, Jerome.
Okay. Hey, Brax, how you doing, man?
Hey, Brax, I want you to say the year of the tiger. Say the year of the tiger.
What year is it?
It's the year of the tiger.
Year of
There
the
we go.
tiger.
Hey, Timona and Mr. Ford and Doc, I don't know if you guys have mentioned this, but I just really want to tip my hat to AD Ashley Robinson. I feel like a lot of people, including our previous coach, have used the term the blueprint. But I feel like Ashley Robinson has done a phenomenal job, not just with respect to the football program and making the best, decision for that, but also looking at, the sports across the board. We have wonderful coaches at Jackson State. He has a really good eye for hiring coaches. He did the same thing at Prairie View. And, when you're talking about blueprint, I think a lot of HBCUs that are looking to kind of capture what Jackson State did and is still doing, they need to kind of really take a good look at, the infrastructure of Jackson State as a whole. There are some things that the university has in place that has allowed us to be successful. A lot of these student athletes that are in the portal, whether they're coming from other FCS programs or FBS programs, they really want to, and they vocalize it on social media. They want to go to a program that has a lot of fan support. And as we know, Jackson State historically has had a wonderful fan base. So for all these schools out there that are kind of looking to do what Jackson State did with respect to kind of a lightning in the bottle scenario, you got to in place with the fan base, a solid stadium, facilities, support, etc. So, to see everything that's going on between Michael Vick and Norfolk State, and to see what A&T is looking to do, and Alabama A&M, etc. You got to have a good fan base, number one, because that's what these student athletes are looking for. They want to see butts in the seats. They want to see that support at home and on the road. But, hey, we have to tip our hat to Jackson State and A.D. Robinson. Even Coach Prime, the day after he was named the coach at JSU, he was on Good Morning America. And he mentioned, there were other schools after him, but he chose Jackson State because of having the highest APR in the nation, graduation rate, leading FCS in attendance. You got to have all those ingredients to really, strike gold. I think South Carolina State, with their new coach, he's doing a good job. They've got the fan base back up. And it kind of shows, Mr. Ford, it doesn't really take, 3-4 years to develop a good program. I know the brother at Tennessee State, he's done that. It took him about 4 years. But I think when you look at a Coach Prime or Coach Fobbs at Grambling or Jay Hobson or Coach Broadway at A&T, it took them about really 2 years, like 1 or 2 years to really get everything going and put a good product on the field. So I think all these HBCU presidents and ADs are realizing that they just got to have a good eye for talent that Ashley Robinson has exuded. And honestly, right now, I think this is
But I think that some of these administrations and their fan base are being a little bit delusional because, like you said, the infrastructure. Yeah. Okay, so not for Chennis-Berry because South Carolina State is severely underfunded. Right. That just shows Chennis-Berry is definitely a championship coach in terms of recruiting, in terms of, he was already prospering at the D2 level. And so he was able to take that success and recruit based off of that alone. And it was able to translate in the MEAC. But for Jackson State, like you said, they have the fans, they have the alumni support. It's interesting. A lot of the other SWAC schools talk about how much money their alums have, what their endowment looks like. But when it comes to athletics, do they have an NIL collective like KC 1400 Media Group? Do they have these things? They talk about how nice their facilities are, but the fan support is not there. Yeah. It's a unique situation, right? And I feel like the pressure that I think Whitley pointed out that Coach Chennis-Berry winning the MEAC his first year, and then TC Taylor going undefeated in the SWAC his second year after 80 plus players from the prime era left. There is an insurmountable amount of pressure on all of these coaches.
Right. So
years.
That's it. I'm gonna be. So I'm gonna play devil's advocate. Alabama State, Eddie Robinson. I know you talked to Eddie Robinson where you was at when you went down there to Montgomery for that weekend. To me, I feel like if he don't bring in, if he doesn't get a SWAC championship, I think he is going to be on that hot seat next season. Like to me, he has the team to do it, but they don't they some rhyme or reason they don't get it done. And like this season, they were picked to finish first in the East. They finished what? They finished number 2. They finished second in the East this season.
I think they finished third.
Okay, so because I think FAMU did, they beat FAMU beat them earlier, so they had a tiebreaker.
No, they finished second.
They finished second. Yeah, because
they lost the Valley.
They lost the Valley for FAMU. Yeah. To me,
but Bama State lost to Jackson and FAM, so wouldn't that put them at third?
Yeah, but FAM.
Oh yeah, you're right. Florida A&M ended out because they won against Alabama A&M. So, well, technically they both have the same record. So Florida A&M and Alabama State ended up ending 7-5 overall, 5-3 in conference, and Florida A&M had the wins. You're correct. They finished third. For me, I just feel like some of these, I don't know. That's a very high bar to place on Alabama State. Either you win the SWAC or you're fired. That's a very high bar, especially since Alabama State has won what, 1 or 2 championships in their whole.
Yeah, just 2. I think 1991 and 2004.
That's a high bar, especially when your team is at least competitive, right? Alabama State's been competitive. They just
have,
right, but if your AD and your president and your fans base say it's SWAC championship or bust, they're gonna look at it like, and if you don't get it, they're gonna look at it like, hey, we're gonna have to change something. You got to change something around here. Like, and I can well, they can't go to the playoff because they had the Turkey Day Classic because the playoffs start the week of Thanksgiving. So it's really SWAC championship or bust for them.
I feel like, with and I want to come back to Dexter's comment, but as Mr. Ford has said, when you look at, I think so in my mind, because sometimes I could be a little elitist and look through rose-colored glasses, and I'm looking at some of these programs. They don't have the dexterity or the tradition of a Jackson State or South Carolina State or any of the blue bloods, right? And that includes the Alabama schools, but they have new administrations now. Everybody, just like Mr. Ford said, they're looking at the amount of revenue that you can generate hosting the SWAC championship game and then go into the Celebration Bowl. So within back-to-back weeks, you can definitely make over $2 million, close to $3 million. So I think a lot of ADs and presidents are looking at that factor. With A&T's new president, of course, I definitely feel like he's ready to make that transition back to the MEAC. Of course, with everything going on with Tennessee State, their potential move to the MEAC, everybody wants a piece of that pie, and it's awesome. But, I know the brother Dexter, he mentioned that South Carolina State had the blueprint. They essentially just followed the Jackson State blueprint, and that's bringing in somebody who has the wherewithal to be able to recruit well, that has a great name, et cetera, and do it really within one season. And, we were able to do that, for Coach Prime's first full season, and you see the swell in attendance and engagement and social media, et cetera. And all these, and let me tip my hat to all the Jacksonians in the chat. You know, people kind of pick on us and say we're like a cult on social media, but all these other schools, they want to have that same level of engagement and following and support, because not only are those administrations watching, but those potential student athletes are watching as well. And they want to be a part of something that's winning, something that's sexy, like Jackson State. Honestly, the SWAC East is a gauntlet. And, it really sucks for Mississippi Valley's coach. I think he was really cooking over there at Valley, because, Valley is not in a remote location as Alcorn is. Right outside of Itta Bena, there's, I think, Greenville, Mississippi. So, to me, they're a more sexy location to recruit to than Alcorn. And then, you got FAMU, you got Cookman, you got the Bama schools and Jackson State. So it's a really tough division. And, I'm pretty sure Eddie Robinson Jr., he feels that pressure. I just don't know if their administration is as serious as Alabama A&M or Jackson State, et cetera, to really do what it needs to do what it takes to get across that hump. Because it takes a lot. It takes a lot of funding. It's going to take a lot of support. It's going to take intentionality. And I just haven't seen that level of progressive leadership over there just yet to see them, because they may be comfortable with being middle of the road. I don't know. But it'll be interesting to see how things shake out with A&T and Norfolk State. But honestly, I think this is, I'm not going to say it feels like Christmas, but this is really great for the HBCU community, that all these institutions are becoming way more serious about making intentional hires to improve their program.
I agree.
Well, I'm going to jump off of here. I just finished my lunch break, so I'm gonna listen to you on with Ken Rashad.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to get off because I have to get ready for HBCU sports. I did want to get a chance to let thank you so much, Jerome and Doc and Mr. Ford, for coming on, for adding that little tidbit about the coach's call when Mr. Ford said that, drop the link. I said, let me go ahead and get his thoughts. And as usual, he cleared it out really quick. So I'll be on HBCU sports literally in like 25 minutes. So I'm gonna go.
What podcast is that, Timona?
HBCU.
Is that Wild Wayne?
Huh?
Is that Wild Wayne show?
No.
Okay.
HBCU sports is, I want to say, Ken Rashad.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Hey, Mr. Ford,
Mr. Ford's gone already.
Oh, is he? Dang. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll all migrate over there to support you.
Thank you, guys. We'll see you. Let me go get. Well, I already fed my son while y'all was talking and chit chattering. I sure did. I went ahead and got my son good. But anyway, thank you guys so much. I loved it. Early signing day, class of 2025. Congratulations, of course, to the Jackson State University. And they are on their way to being first again in the HBCU signing class. Hopefully top 10 in all of FCS. We talking trash over there. Oh, you know it. We're going to let it loose. Y'all get y'all Jaguar recipes ready, because that's what Jaguar, souffle, Jaguar chili, Jaguar mac and crab bites. We are definitely getting it popping. And I will see y'all then. And of course, I'm gonna now play this song now that Mr. Ford is gone. And this is basically for all of the coaching changes that took place in the last week. I will see you guys later.
I've had some weary days and some sleepless nights, but when I look around, my good days. Outweigh my bad days. I don't control. The clouds hang low. I can hardly see the road. I ask the question, Lord. Lord, why so this day? But He knows what's best for me. Although my weary eyes, they can't see. So I'll just say, thank you, Lord.